Hello, everyone! Welcome to episode 3 of The Long Way Home. I have my wonderful party with me today, and we are getting into the midway point of our 6-session mini-campaign. So, let's go down the call and introduce, very quickly for any newcomers potentially, give a quick intro to yourself and your character. And I guess we'll just do the order that the little things on the side are. So starting with Sleepy.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sleepy or whatever the hell you want to call me. My pronouns are they, any, and this is my channel. I live here, and you all live in the grace of my good graces. All I ask from you is that you like, comment, subscribe, do all of the various generic YouTuber, Twitch streamer slang, as I'm desperate. Please, please, please. Other than that, I have a YouTube, Sleepysheepy OWO. I have a Discord. Join it. Engage.
I'm next. Hello. My name is Juno. My pronouns are he, him. And tonight I am playing Orion. You can find me on the internet at Crowva. If you like any of the art that you see on your screen right now, I did that. My commissions are open, so if you would like me to draw your D&D character, or literally whatever the hell you want, message me. I'd be happy to do so. I also have a webcomic called Back from the Brink. You can read it on Webtoon or Tumblr. It is about an undead demon detective man in hell who has to solve a whole bunch of murders. It's great. What else to promote? I have an Etsy if you want prints or stickers. That's it.
Yippee! Bro.
Yeah. Hello everybody, I'm Brodingles. That's Brodingles just about everywhere except for Twitch. I'm Amazedingles on Twitch. The only reason I'm mentioning that because I do not stream anymore is because I will be in chat and you need to know who that is. I also need everybody to know that I am a wanted criminal. I am not allowed in Kentucky anymore. I did in fact steal several things from the Arby's after telling I ended up figuring out that the lady there had some drugs. I have nothing else to promote. Like I don't have anything to promote. You don't.
Did they have the meats?
You don't need to worry about that. They did have the meats. They did have the meats.
Do you have the meats now?
But they also had the coke. So you like to know, other boy. I am playing Reuben, who is Reuben, and that's the paladin. That is also the chaplain. And that's the character that exists. And I think at this point, I think I'm allowed to say I have no idea what to say about this person.
That's
Yeah.
so fair.
It's just that's just how it goes.
I never said
thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Don't tell the feds I'm here.
Becca.
Hey, wow, that's really hard to follow up. Hi, I am Becca. My pronouns are she, her. I play Kithri, who is also she, her. I'm not very creative. I don't make things. I consume the media that all of these really cool people produce. I do have social media, but it's kind of my own, so mostly if you want to say hi, check out Sleepy's Discord. That's I exist there.
Yeah.
Well, Becca, we gotta know. Are you part of the feds?
Nope. I do teach forensic
That's good.
science.
Are you a cop? You have to tell us if you're a cop.
No, just a teacher.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Amazing. Bubbly.
Hello everyone. I was about to take a bite of food, so now I'm standing here awkwardly, holding some food in my hand. My name is Bubblytarts. You can call me Bubbly or Bubby if we're particularly close. My pronouns are she, they. I am playing Isabel, the Mothfolk Ranger of the party, and her pronouns are she, her. Things that you can do to support me. I am Bubblytarts on almost every social media that exists except for TikTok. This is funny because we were talking about it before stream. Otherwise, if you want to support me monetarily, go to my Redbubble, also Bubblytarts, and you can get either Realm Jumper merch or you can get various prints of my art. And now to explain what Realm Jumper is, it is my web series. It is completely free on YouTube. The entire first season is finished. It is not the Roblox. It is not the crypto. It's the one with the little blonde boy. That's the easiest way to tell you which one I am.
Not the yellow
a lot of people
horse.
in this- Not that one. That's right.
Wait, there's multiple route jumpers?
There's like 5,000 of them, but we don't like any of them except for mine.
Well, I think we appreciate the horse from a distance.
Yeah.
We can
We have no
appreciate the
hate.
horse. We do not appreciate the crypto, and we do not appreciate whatever the other one is that I said.
Yeah.
Oh, the Roblox.
Yeah.
That's just like, I just have to say that because they pop up first, and I don't like that. Anyway, Realm Jumper is a web series about a boy named Chase who falls through a rip in space-time and ends up in a little multiversal hub where he makes friends with a bunch of people who are all twists on common character tropes and genre tropes. And another version of himself shows up at this place named Charlie, and they have to figure out what happened to Charlie because he's missing a chunk of his memories. It's a lot of mystery, it's a lot of cool characters, at least I think so. I would like to think so, because I'm the one who made it. But you can go and support that. And and commissions are, stay tuned for that. They're closed right now.
Yeah. And I am your dungeon master. Besides DMing for the long way home, I am a stream regular. I play Chrysanthemum in Sleepy's campaign, Sleepiest of Dreams. I also do a lot of D&D writing, so check out my work on the DM's Guild, and you can commission me for custom fix of your OCs, or anything else, really. Yeah. I think with that, we're ready to start then, huh?
Yippee!
Let's see. So,
Woohoo!
let's get started. Okay.
Itchy.
So, last time with the crew of the Lady Adventure, you all made it through a strange barrage of wild magic encounters as the old fae, specifically a gremlin named Kip, was stuck inside the walls of your ship due to a mishap caused during the exploits of your very first session and the battle the night before. After subduing Kip and recruiting him to be a permanent member of your party, to a degree, you have sailed onwards with Orion, your navigator, effectively informing you all that it will be clear skies for as long as till you get to, like, the heart of civilization, meaning that things will be quite chill. We learned some things about some of our characters. We hung out a little. Casanova got taller.
For a little bit. I don't know if that's permanent.
Probably not, but, like, you did get taller. And that's
These
sort
arms
of where
with
we
legs
left.
like
And we sort of, yeah. And we sort of left things off with you all getting drinks and going your separate ways for the day. So a few days have passed. You've had some quiet, nothing crazy has happened since days aboard the Lady Adventure. And I would like to open on Kithri.
Yes, hi.
Kithri, you are going about your rounds for the day, and you're making your usual pit stop to the Elemental Engine.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about, like, what you do there. What do you do during your time at the engine?
Well, Kithri is a cleric, specifically a Tempest's cleric, so she kind of has that connection to, like, water and storms and all. And
Mhm.
she just really cares about the little element. Well, not little, but the elemental who's helping make sure the ship moves. She puts on her perspective is like her healing isn't just for like the crew, like the humanoids of the crew,
Mhm.
but also, you know, the elemental. They're a part of the crew too.
Right.
She gets worried people forget about them.
Yeah. Casanova, what did you name the elemental that charges and powers your ship?
Oh my god. I forgot. I came up with like a stupid name. It was like Basement Baby or
It's
something
in-
like
I know
that.
what it is.
What is it?
It is the
Basement
most
Sun.
Basement baby.
Oh, it is
It's
Basement Sun.
yeah.
Yeah, this is Basement Sun.
You have a powerful water elemental charging your ship with like magic and the energy it needs to keep sailing, and its name is Basement Sun.
It is our son that lives in the basement.
Yeah. Thank you for everything, Basement Sun.
The basement sun.
So with that name laid out, Kithri, what are your thoughts on the name? Actually, this is important to me.
She's not the biggest fan of it. If she was to name the water elemental, they'd have like a oh, sorry. My brother came down and just like startled me.
No, you're good.
Yeek, a man.
Literally.
Oh, a man.
But she would have named it just nothing has come, like, I don't know, something like Tempest or I don't know, something more watery.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not her ship,
Nope.
ergo she cannot name the water element.
Yep. And so you are doing your daily routine of mending any broken bits on the little console and device that keeps Basement Sun sated, using your magic to provide a little bit of healing, you know? It's hard work. It's hard work that they provide.
Do such a good job.
Man. Is there anything else in particular you want to talk about this stage? I just more like wanted to bring attention to the elemental engine as we start out tonight.
I mean, logistically, she's fascinated at like how the little elemental, like, well, again, not little elemental, but
Mhm.
how the elemental like gets encouraged to
Yeah.
help power such a fine vessel as this,
Mm-hmm.
and
The
wonders, you know, a little
Mhm.
bit like, does it want to do this?
Yeah. I mean, from what you know, Kithri, the relationship between these elemental engines and their respective elementals is pretty symbiotic. Like, they're exerting energy they would exert normally. It's just going to a specific place, and in return they are being given, I guess, nutrients and just taken care of in the way that, like, they wouldn't really be in the wild, you know?
Yeah.
It's not for every elemental, but the elementals that do it don't mind. From what you know, from what you've been told. So that is what you know about the situation with Basement Sun.
Yeah. Just she likes the water elemental.
Yeah.
How could one not
So-
love Basement Sun?
So true.
She'll also sometimes give updates gossip with the elemental.
What does that kind of play like? What kind of things do you think Kithri's telling the elemental today?
Gossip with my child.
She probably specifically, she's probably told about the meeting Kip and all of that.
Mhm.
Just stuff and things going on around the ship since, Basement Sun's in the engine.
Yeah,
Can't really go explore.
that's true.
Just, as she checks in and I'll just give some like, oh, yeah, this is what was going on. Kip's getting on pretty well. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Awesome.
Whatever silly thing Casanova has undoubtedly gotten himself into.
Me?
Mhm.
Silly? I've never been silly a day in my life.
Certainly. So, with that, Kithri, your daily business in the engine, or maybe like once early day, you probably check in once before bed. For now, your job here in the lower decks is done. And that is where sorry. You will run into the rest of the crew kind of on the bridge getting their sort of daily here's what's going on, update from the captain.
Outside time.
I think as Kithri makes her way, everybody else, what are you guys talking about? Because this is sort of your like part of the day where you get your orders type thing, But there's a little bit of chatter beforehand.
I'm standing at attention.
Good.
I honestly feel like
Laugh.
Orion is also pretty like goal focused.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eating dried seaweed snacks and not paying attention. Muncha cruncha.
Amazing.
Muncha cruncher.
I am sitting in between, like, oh no, I don't know what level of seriously to take this.
We do this
It's
every
like-
day, Reuben.
I know, but I don't know exactly. I think today I will stand here like I always do. Actually, why am I thinking about this?
You want a bite?
Always.
I hand over the little bag.
It grabs a little, takes like a small, like hamster-esque kind of nibble. Make it last.
Salty,
And I think
crunchy.
Crunchy. I think as everyone makes their way, you all notice your Earth Ganassi friend Cinnabar is aboard with their ghost buddy Sage. And Sage seems a little off kilter.
What's wrong with the baby?
They're like staying close to Cinnabar, which they don't usually do.
Orion, you're good with kids, right?
I mean, I was going to do something anyway, but if you're going to call attention to it, then sure. Are you all right, Sage?
Oh, hi. Sage kind of like... Orion? Sage, it's been 10 seconds and Sage hasn't dunked on you.
Yeah, that's very strange.
Sage just kind of goes, I guess it's no big deal. They have the child face of, it is a supremely big deal to me,
I'll sort of pat my leg gently, and my cat comes running up, and then brushes up against Sage's leg.
They like look at it. I can't feel it, but it's really cute.
Oh. Orion gets really sad.
It's a ghost.
Okay. I'm a ghost. I can't control that.
I know. I forgot. You're welcome
No,
to.
it's okay.
I don't know. Can you still pet the cat? Would that make you feel better, or is this just making this entire situation worse?
It's not making it worse. They've been
Okay.
just like, you watch Sage kind of like stretch their arms out and just go, it's been a bit since I've tried this. And they've stretched their arms as far as their little arms can stretch. And they clap their hands and there's a sound. They have partially manifested.
Nice.
So they've manifested just enough of their hands to pet the cat.
Beautiful.
Sage is a small ghost and probably can't manifest their full body in full ways or do possession or nothing, but they can like manifest little bits, you know? So in this moment, everything about Sage is spectral except their hands. As they're petting the cat, they just kind of... Okay, I'll tell you. I just haven't heard anything from Anatol since Kip got here.
What do you mean by haven't heard anything? They've been around the ship, right?
You all kind of come to the conclusion that, like, you've probably seen them around, but they, for the last couple days, haven't said anything? It's almost like they've just been a figure in the corner of your eye who you just process is there, but they don't, like, you don't see them going anywhere. You don't see them engaging with anything. They've just sort of been a lump on a log.
What's gotten into the little ankle biter? I know they were always kind of dour, but, well, it's not like the stowaways ever tried to stay away from the limelight.
Right.
Well, even when Anatol doesn't like hanging out with all of you, they hang out with me. Sage kind of says, a little grumpy.
That's true. You two are quite inseparable, I've noticed.
Cinnabar just kind of goes, they are the only people around their age on the ship, so...
Right, it makes sense.
You could mistake Kithri for one.
Kithri, I think this is when you show up.
What was that, Casanova?
Oh, Kiki! I was just saying, you look great today. Did you do something
morning,
different with
Kiki.
your hair?
No.
Damn, what a shame. It's a rat's nest as usual.
Did you do something with your attitude? Oh. Doesn't look like it.
Anyway, you seen Anatol anywhere? You're always looking out for the little ones.
Kithri, you have a similar conclusion. Like, you've seen Anatol, but they haven't said anything to you, they haven't engaged with you, they, like... You just sort of passively feel like you know you've seen them, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I've definitely seen them around, but... Huh. It's almost like they're like there and not.
Ooh. Sage kind of, really, in response to that.
I mean, if we're all...
Something up with them, Sage?
I don't know. They usually tell me everything.
That's fair. I mean, I suppose on the bright side of things, if they're in general acting, strange or whatnot, then it's not a problem with you specifically, Sage. I think they're just maybe a bit off.
Maybe.
Doing unwell.
You can tell that answer was kind of a little what they needed to hear, but they're not sure how much they believe it.
I don't think you did anything wrong.
Well, we can go shake down the tort.
I don't know if we need to shake them down if they're already, feeling not the greatest, but,
It's a turn of phrase,
certainly good.
Orion.
Look for them.
Cinnabar just
Shake
kinda
them
turns
down
and-
feels a bit harsh, but okay.
We
I
could
start
just give him a pep talk. Maybe chat with him.
I start shaking Orion.
He wiggles.
It's kind of to make it's low key to see if it'll make Sage laugh.
Oh, they do.
Good.
It's a little in
Good.
spite of themselves, but they do laugh.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Oh, that's a
You-
rubber cartoon.
you-
Yeah, exactly.
Sage just mumbles, "You guys are weird." But you can tell that there is no malice in that statement.
So, Sage, when's the last time you actually, sat and talked with Anatol?
The day Kip got here.
Anything seem off when you were chatting?
The only thing I can remember is that when all the weird magic stuff just started popping off, there was a moment where Anatol said that they had to check on something and went below decks. They came back, but after that conversation, they stopped talking.
Well, I usually know that kid's usual haunts.
It's at this point that the captain, who has been handing out orders, kind of, but also clearly has passively been paying some attention to this, just kind of chimes in. Well, as luck would have it, kids, I think below decks is where I would be planning to send you all today. Routine maintenance and all that, making sure Blueberry hasn't eaten through our supplies. But if while you're down there, you can give Anatol a hand, I think that'd be good.
I love
He
having
is
to babysit
hiding his
Gwen's
paper that he
dog.
had plans for the day, by the way. Look, Blueberry was a vital part of the war effort, and we can't deny that the Blueberry is a very useful wyvern. Also, of note, the captain has put the piece of paper with his actual plans for the day behind his back.
Aw. But we can also not deny that Gwen needs to do a better job of training that mutt.
There's a voice leaving the room that just goes, I would like you to attempt taking care of anything, Casanova, with a level of sentience. And then just walks out.
The Lady Adventure is plenty sentient, you just don't understand her! And also, make Blueberry stop chewing on the fucking sails!
Cinnabar just kind of chuckles and just goes, wonder who's more sensitive about their favorite thing, Gwen and the wyvern, or Gas the ship.
Feels pretty close.
Even though, yeah.
They've both threatened people over when their object of interest has been injured.
Injured's a funny word for a boat, says the captain.
It was the one that felt the closest to what I was trying to convey, although I suppose you're right, a ship can't be injured.
Yes, she can!
We will take your word for it, Casanova.
Did you all not see the battle damage she sustained after the conflict?
Oh, we all saw it. Cinnabar just kind of chimes in, I helped fix it.
Yeah, and she's still not perfect. I'm going to have to wait till we properly get home to actually give her a new coat of paint to properly tune everything up. I'm going to have to... You know what? You don't deserve the explanation, and I'll walk off towards the bottom, the underbowels of the ship.
Sage just kind of looks over at Cinnabar and goes, I'm gonna go with them, if that's okay. And he just kind of nods. I'll stay up here with the captain if you guys need anything. And Sage just kind of nods and floats over with Cass and is just like, looks like I'm your ghost buddy today.
I don't think I particularly hate that.
They do a little spin.
I give them a high five since their hands are corporeal.
They high five back. It is a stinging high five.
I shake my hand a little.
Waboosh.
Waboosh.
There is joy in the fact that their hand has inflicted some sting.
Love the baby.
Captain,
Yes. Yeah, Orion?
now that the child is out of earshot, did you have actual things you needed us to do today that are, like, important?
I'll be honest, not really.
Okay, that's fair. I figured it was good to check.
Yeah, we've been smooth sailing this whole time. I think if something's up with Anatol, that's probably, honestly, objectively, highest priority.
Right, there's really not much to do, so...
Yeah, consider it a group morale.
I understand.
Yeah, besides, I'm on flying duty today along with Cinnabar here, so just kind of shrugs. Ever since Kip kind of took over on routine maintenance, we just kind of had the one thing I would always get you all to do taken care of.
That's fair. That makes sense.
It's amazing what one more extra set of hands has been doing, huh?
It really has. He's been quite useful.
Yeah. In any case, you should go over with Cass. See if you can figure anything out. Let us know.
Alright. Let's go hunt down all the children.
You calling me a child?
No response.
Responded.
I wasn't around. That's out of character.
Oh no. Kithri was 100% including Cass in that.
So rude. So rude.
Good.
Mean to him.
Nobody loved me. Oh, I thought I heard
you all make-
yodeling. Or a noise. I'm sorry, I had to draw attention to that.
No, you're good, you're good. You all make your way downstairs. The below decks of the Lady Adventure are organized chaos, probably a good word. In part because the main hall of the lower decks, that doesn't really have a hall, it's more of just a giant, like, open space with some doors into the side rooms, is almost entirely taken up by Blueberry.
Big.
While Blueberry is not like a full dragon, they are a wyvern, they are still quite sizable. And so even as you guys are making your way down the stairs, you hear the happy rumblings of this domesticated drake.
Creature.
Creature. Blueberry, upon seeing all of you, is just like, tail is wagging, its little hand claws that are attached to the wings just like bump, bump, bump on the floor.
Big Opie.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, baby.
It
Hello,
happily
Blueberry.
spins. It happily spins its long neck in your guys' direction, just like sticks out its tongue.
Sticks tongue out back.
Draconic blip.
Blech.
Blip.
Delightful.
Cass is glaring at it.
Do we actually know? I was gonna say, is there a determined gender of this wyvern?
I have not given Blueberry one. I have not. I've never
A
thought
gender
about
dragon.
Gender is critter.
That's fine.
it. Yeah.
I was gonna have, like, Kithri was like, oh, who's a good boy? You know, like you would for, like, a
Who's your
puppy or
good
something.
baby?
Yeah, but I was like, oh wait, I don't know what Blueberry is.
Yeah.
Other than baby.
The
A good
answer-
baby.
The
A
answer is
good
baby.
Gender is
I will-
baby.
Gender is
Makes sense.
baby,
Makes
clown,
sense.
and bitch.
Yeah. I didn't have a decision, but now I've made it. The answer is baby.
Good.
Awesome. Excellent.
Listen, it's really hard to sex a wyvern because
That's true.
reptile. It's all on the
Yeah,
inside.
reptile.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense actually.
And with one this
You can
big,
technically tell by the length of the tail, but it's fine,
yeah.
depending on the species.
Do we have another
Oh.
one to compare it to?
No, I suppose not.
That's
Are
what
you
I
hearing this
thought.
in character? I just,
Yes.
I'm hearing this 100% in character.
It was
Yeah.
not supposed to be in character, and then you responded in character, and I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm a druid.
I'm
That's
imagine-
perfectly in character for me to know.
Imagining Isabel not. The reason she's not responding to any of this is because she's too busy petting the baby.
Yeah.
That's my excuse for why I didn't contribute to that conversation.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Blueberry is very receptive to all pets, scritches, and paps.
That's good. That's good.
Excellent.
Blueberry. I don't know. If you've seen Anatol around today.
Blueberry, like, head tilt. And then just... Like little dragon noises.
I see.
You are asking a dog for directions.
I mean, it's worth
That dogs
asking.
do? Is that not typical dog behavior?
Where'd he go, Lassie?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, I see.
He's
said
in
it
a
was bit-
well.
Oh,
Yeah,
Technomancer
I said it as a
TV!
bit,
Thank
but
you so
it's
much for the
really-
raid!
Ayo!
Oh,
Rectangle raid! I hope your stream went well. We're playing D&D!
Yeah.
The current one-sentence summation of where we're at. Our party, who you can all see on screen, are the crew, part of the crew of a skyship known as the Lady Adventure, as they're on their return journey from a big old battle, and they found out that their ship stowaway, a young kid named Anatol, has kind of been MIA for a few days, and are now below decks trying to find their missing stowaway.
The child.
So yes, you guys, the child. You guys are talking to Blueberry, your beloved wyvern,
The baby.
The
who
baby.
is sort of a big uppy. Blueberry. Orion, let me ask you a genuine question. Are you gonna do
Yes.
any like druidic things to like? talk to
I'll
Blueberry,
check.
or
I
are you
don't.
Okay.
I don't think I have.
speak with animals or anything?
I did not have speak with animals. I mean, I could prepare it technically, but I'm
It's okay.
not gonna do
I
that.
was
Uh,
asking on the angle of like, were you gonna use spells or abilities to do this, or am I gonna make you roll a Lassie check? Basically,
That's fair. I mean, I'll roll an animal handling to see if I can
Yeah,
figure out
yeah.
what this dragon dog is trying to tell me.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And I'll keep in mind your like whole deal when I show the DC.
Well, I did roll a 2 on the die, so
Yikes.
so 5 for animal handling.
With a 5,
I
I will
don't
tell
speak
you-
dragon.
no, I will tell you that Blueberry is clearly trying to get something across, but they have very few physical parts that they can really convey with. They
That's
don't have
fair.
hands because they're a wyvern. Their claws are gripping into the floor of the ship. So you really think that the only way it could be trying to convey a direction is the spinning of its head or tail? And that's sort of what you get with a 5.
Continue.
Yes, I don't think Blueberry would be much help. No fault of yours, Pat. I think it's on us, I guess, to try and track down the kid then.
B.
Yeah.
So I went to go check the player's handbook for a second. Can I rules lawyer you for a second?
Sure.
So technically, despite their middling intelligence, wyverns are fluent speakers of Draconic.
Oh,
I do, in fact, have Draconic in my...
you have
You're gonna talk to the fucking dog?
You know, you know what?
Reuben speaks dog. That's great.
You know
Of
what?
course they would.
You know what? You know what? That's so amazing that I'm gonna let that go. That's exactly what happens. Reuben, as Orion is trying to make sense of Blueberry's body language and everything, those draconic hisses and growls kind of
Girls.
make sense to you. I was trying to like half say it, half do it, and I think that failed. And in that moment, Reuben, it all kind of starts, you have to do the mental work of the translation, but you kind of get that sense of like, you hear Blueberry saying, "The small one's in the small room," and flicking its tail sort of in like one of the back room directions.
I think Reuben actually repeats back the small ones in the small room as like a question.
Blueberry, everyone who's been patting it all noticed that Blueberry's head tenses and then like violently nods.
The small
Slow
ones in
turn
the small
to
room.
Reuben.
That's what Blueberry said.
Reuben,
Yes,
you understand Draconic?
I do.
Why was that
You
not an
don't?
asset that you wanted to use to, like, tell us, given the whole war that we were doing? Never mind.
Can you tell the baby, the dog, to stop digging their damn claws so deeply into my ship? It's going to take so long to fix the gashes.
I mean, well, it seems as though Blueberry can already understand common. So you can just say that yourself. I think they just heard you. So.
Cut it out. I point an accusatory finger.
Blueberry says, "Trim my claws yourself."
So Blueberry said to trim their claws yourself.
We will
Just
have.
letting you know.
We will. You know what? You know what? And I get all up in their face. I fucking will. We'll have words later.
They stretch out to their full wingspan.
I puff up my
Calm down,
chest.
I did it. Whatever happened, I did it.
It's doing the animal thing of being bigger to be imposing.
I am attempting it. to a result.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm imagining
I
the
flare
guy
my own
saying- Are you flaring your wings? Is that what you just said?
Yeah. I open up my big old
I'm
fucking
sorry, I'm
wings.
imagining the Jurassic Park me.
It is not clear who she's threatening, but she saw everyone else get big, and she needs to also be big.
No, please.
Amazing.
Hey,
What's
Reuben,
that?
Yes.
did Blueberry happen to just small room?
Yes, small room. Oh wait, can you DM? Can you repeat what was said? Because we've
Yeah,
had like a
it was-
5 minute. Yeah.
Yeah. It was that the small one is in the small room, but then Blueberry sort of, at saying that, almost as a period, flicked their tail in the direction of one of the back rooms.
We're going to the
Points out
back
tail
rooms.
at back room.
Yeah.
And
Just directly points at it. Doesn't even really state.
Mhm.
Kithri just like nods and walks over to small room.
Yes, I'd like to be
Oh,
out of the
I
way of
guess
whatever this is.
Sage, I guess Kithri will like gesture to Sage to like come along.
Sage
I'll head
nods
over
and then just
with
goes,
Q3.
yeah. Sage kind of stares up at Blueberry. "Thank you, Mr. Puppy." And then just goes
Aw.
away.
what was Sage's threat display?
They clap their hands together in a threatening way, just to be like, "I have hands."
Oh,
Good.
They could finally throw them because they have them.
Throw hands. God.
I love that.
I think Reuben also goes back to the room with a solid in Draconic specifically.
Mhm.
Talk to you later.
Yeah, Blueberry just kind of hums out just an agreement, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I want to believe that Reuben is the only person on the entire ship that can speak Draconic, and then just didn't tell anyone.
I'm sorry. I looked at my character sheet and was like, wait a minute.
Can I
Like,
can
I
I
don't-
say something that makes this
Like, I need Gwen to not speak Draconic.
I was gonna say, Gwen's not here. Gwen is doing some other task. You all might be the only people who know that Reuben can do this.
This is great. Why do you speak
Fantastic.
dog?
Listen, man, I didn't pick these at random, but I
that's
did
so
pick
funny.
some off the wall ones on purpose.
No, it
That
makes
was
sense, but
awesome.
like, oh my god, that's hilarious in context.
That's amazing.
Anyway, I understood the dragons while I was killing them. Let's continue.
Jeez.
How
You
many
heard their screams
slurs?
of terror.
Wow.
Oh, you know the draconic swears have to be like something special.
Like insane, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Casanova, are you making your way into the little storage room as well?
Yeah, sorry. My brain turned
fine.
up. The pancake song. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I played MonCon again today, and the pancake song has actively been making me like I keep disassociating thinking of it. It's been bad.
Well, now I'm afraid to play it tomorrow.
Have fun disassociating.
It's really good.
I do that every day. Anyway,
Does the look-
going to
does-
the smaller.
Does the little shrug of like, got me there. Oh, amazing. So, you all make your way into the small room, and this is where I'm going to change the music.
It's
And get an image ready.
Oh wait, I have to change the music. That's my job.
That is your job.
That's
I
your
was giving
job.
I was doing an auditory cue.
I stupid.
It's okay, you're full of pancake.
Also,
Okay.
VODs.
You're full of pancake. It is true.
My ass
So-
was just sitting there. Like, yeah.
So, you all make your way into one of the storage rooms. Let me just describe the storage rooms a little bit. Off to the sides of the lower decks are various storage closets. Usually, the lower deck storage closets are meant for supplies that you guys don't need on a day-to-day basis. If you're going down there, it's for something specific, you know? You all have space in your rooms for like daily clothing and all of the stuff that you would need in your day-to-day. So the below deck storage closets are for like hyper-specific weaponry or, you know, various surplus supplies, canned food, things like that. It kind of borders on like basement bunker energy, you know?
Mhm.
Kind of the one place in the ship that no one would really go for any good reason. Unless you like specifically have a reason you want to be away from everyone, you know?
Mhm.
They sort of double as panic rooms or keep it to yourself rooms. And it is in this storage closet that you all make out a few things. Namely, the lights are on. That's a win. In the back of the room, which again, this is a closet, but it's a decently sized closet. So like there's enough space for you all to walk around in, you know?
Mhm.
Again, bunker energy. But at the very far back is a flat object with like a draped over like cover or tarp, something just completely thrown over it and hiding what it is. Except staring dead at it, completely oblivious to all of your presence, is Anatol, who seems to be enraptured by this thing completely cloaked.
Do I know what that is that's covered?
Roll me history, because it's not something you brought aboard the Lady Adventure House.
Ominous.
Anatol, you're right.
Ah, shit. Why did I use Roll20? It's going, or not Roll20, D&D Beyond, it's going so slow. No fucking idea, that's a 7.
For B.
7?
7.
Okay. You are not entirely sure, but that sort of flat object can only be a couple things, you know? There are only
Yeah.
a few things that are that flat. But as for the question of is Anatol okay, you just kind of hear a mumbling of like, I'm so tired. Can I go now?
Yes, I think you can. If you need to rest, that's all right.
I don't want to, they say, clearly not listening to you. Things will go bad if I pull that down. Like before.
Hey, kid, you're freaking us out.
Anyone could roll any sort of check they would like on this scene displayed before
Oh
them.
boy. I'd love to roll Arcana, please.
Absolutely.
I'm using a different dice. I don't trust that one anymore.
I kind of just want to shake the child.
You absolutely can go for it.
I'll let other people roll
not
first,
good.
but then I want to shake
Yeah.
the child.
Yeah.
It's only an 11 Arcana total for me.
Oh, an 11's more than enough. There is a powerful ping of magic, Orion, and it is the thing that Anatol is staring dead on at.
Anatol, I think you should maybe back away from that thing. Whatever it is very magical.
He's not hearing you.
Anatol?
If no one else is gonna roll something, I'm gonna
I
like.
rolled.
Oh, sorry.
I was debating.
I did do a roll. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
What were the rolls?
I rolled religion, and I rolled 21.
Okay, with a high enough of a religion check, the magic coming off of this is not clerical or anything in your vein. It is, however, something that makes everything inside of you unhappy.
I rolled insight and got a 22.
Anatol is absolutely not hearing any of you right now. You actually can kind of tell, despite the fact that they are staring, they are breathing, everything is fine, they are fine. Like, from a biological standpoint, they're fine. They're in a trance.
I have a question. Because
Yeah.
I rolled investigation, but I thought of something after rolling that.
Okay,
Anatol's staring at the thing under the tarp, right?
correct.
And if I were to venture it, okay, you probably wouldn't be able to answer this, but it seems as though whatever respondents, like, that's what he's focused on. I could argue that that might be what he's responding to. Like, that's my thought.
That's a fair thought.
Mm-hmm.
That is the... It does seem to be the strongest point of magic, and Anatol is in some sort of magical trance. So yeah, the logic does follow.
I was wondering if I could just venture to talk to the tarp.
You can absolutely try. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna say?
I think it's a who are you and what are you up to kind of thing.
The voice, you actually get a response in your mind, and you just hear, "Oh, I'm Anatol."
But this is Anatol.
He says.
But this is Anatol. Points at the child on the ground.
There was no further response.
Don't like that. Do you still want my investigation roll, or...
Sure.
I got a 12.
Since you are focused on the object itself, based on its shape and the way that the mirrors, the tarp is covering over it, I was gonna say, it's a mirror. It is the clear size and shape of a wall mirror. A 12 is enough to figure that out. It's a pretty distinctive shape, you know?
Leaned up rectangle.
Exactly. There's only so many things a leaned up rectangle can be.
I'm gonna go shake that child.
You shake the child.
I walk up, I like ruffle their hair. I'm just like, hey kiddo, Earth to Anatol.
There's a beat. And just roll me a flat d20.
Okay. I'm gonna use real dice, because the dice bot shit. And that rolled off the desk. That's a fucking 9. Christ on a basket.
You can try again, because this is not a time-sensitive situation, but the first time you attempt to wake up Anatol, nothing really comes of it.
I don't like that
But
you
this is
said
one-
this time sensitive.
Oh no, I meant it's not time-sensitive.
Oh,
In the way
that
of,
had like
you know how-
implications.
No. You know, in the way of like, oh, it's sometimes you can only roll once because something's gonna happen. Like, if you all left the room right now, Anatol would just keep staring at this thing.
Okay.
So like, there's no reason you can't roll again.
I
you
got
know?
16 this time.
Oh, that'll certainly suffice. You do the exact same thing, and this time there's a clear moment of pause. Anatol blinks, and you all kind of wonder if maybe did he do that in the whole time you were here? And then just shakes his head and just goes, Casanova?
Hey, kiddo. You having fun here?
When did I get down here?
I couldn't tell you. Come
Mm,
on, bud. Let's get you some sunlight. I think that'd be good for you. Can I like pick him up?
Yeah, you can certainly do that. So Anatol just kind of starts looking at everyone and is like, how long have I been down here?
We're not entirely sure. We've seen you around.
Mhm.
How long have you been down here?
I don't know.
What was the last thing you remember?
The last thing I remember. So, something happened on the ship. And I was hanging out with Sage, and I told Sage to wait up a minute, and I went over, and I checked it back here because my mirror was here, and then I checked on it. And since then, I went to my room, I went to bed, got up, and I ate. And he goes on to give the last couple days, but with long stretches of time where he's completely forgotten what happened. He will describe going to breakfast and hanging around with everyone, and all the little moments you saw him, and then he won't remember what happened until that next little moment someone saw him.
Anatol?
Mm-hmm.
The mirror said it's also Anatol?
Yeah.
What do you know what that means?
He shakes his head yes.
May we also know what that means?
He holds out his palm to the wall, looks at Casanova and goes, it's gonna explain everything, but I'm really sorry.
What?
And he casts Eldritch Blast.
Oh.
Kithri, it's at this moment you realize the reason that everything went the moment you saw this. Anatol's a warlock.
Who or what did you make a deal with, buddy?
And it's at that point that you all hear the thing that Reuben said and just goes, myself.
Turns towards the mirror.
What better person to be what better person to loan you magic than yourself?
Alright, buddy. Well, you're on my ship right now, and this kid being a stowaway means that he is part of the ship. So, how about you, properly fuck right off?
And you just hear a kid giggling in all of your brains.
I hold Anatol a little closer.
May I please cast Detect Evil and Good?
Certainly. Let me get the specifics of that spell.
Here.
Oh, I was just gonna look it up. I got you. If there's an aberration, a celestial, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, where the creature is located. Ooh. Yeah, actually, you do get a ping, and it is coming from the mirror.
Can I then, can I determine, aberration, celestial, can I determine what it is?
Aberration.
Cool.
It's not good.
Usually not good.
No.
Mm,
For those in the audience that do not know, aberrations include things like mind flayers,
Yeah.
others, etc.
The
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
shit.
The weird shit. Hmm.
Sorry, I just realized something.
Huh?
I didn't think this would happen twice in one session. B, can I rule slurry?
Absolutely.
I want. There's no reason to do this other than the fact that I can. Do
It's
you
a
want to
bit
know?
now.
You want to know what else? What other language is on Reuben's sheet?
Are you fucking kidding me?
What is it?
It's deep speech, my dude.
It is deep
Jesus
speech.
Christ, Reuben.
Deep speech is the
Reuben.
language often spoken by mind flayers and other aberrations. It
Why
is
do you
telepathic
know
in
this?
general.
It's Reuben.
I think.
I
Okay,
guess.
so I have a question for you all. Casanova,
Uh-huh.
are you getting Anatol out of here?
I'm holding that kid close to my chest. I might be taking a few steps back towards the door, but I don't think
You're
I'm like
bailing.
I'm not hitting the bricks, but I'm certainly getting some distance.
Makes sense. So then you do see this. Reuben, are you going the guttural route or the telepathy route?
It's speaking in our heads right now, right?
Yes.
Let me think about this for a second. Because out of the two options, like if I go with brain speaking in your head, only both of us can hear that.
Yeah.
Actually, no one else speaks deep speech, so it doesn't fucking matter. I can do it in my head.
Yeah.
All right, it's the brain route.
Okay. What do you say?
I don't know what the exact wording is, so let me just give you the gist. Okay, dude, let me level with you here. What's your game? What's your deal? What do you want?
Yeah. And it just kind of, it says to all of you, I love games. I think we could play some fun games together. After all, I am Anatol, your friend. I'd love to get to know you more.
See, here's the thing, mirror friend.
Mm-hmm.
Anatol's right here hanging out with us.
Yes.
Looks a little worse for wear. No doubt you're doing.
I was just having a conversation with myself. It's healthy to self-reflect.
Speak for yourself.
I most certainly am.
But you're just the reflection of Anatol.
From your side of
So-
the mirror,
What are you really?
that's a complicated question.
Most
Let
of
me-
us here are pretty smart.
Let me double check something. Did you ask who or what?
What?
You've asked the right question.
Aha.
And the voice in the mirror just kind of echoes, some people are lucky. They have a friend, a shadow, a duplicate. You know about the Fae, yes?
Yeah.
There are other planes, and sometimes, on the same day, someone is born on two planes. And sometimes, if you're really lucky, you can meet yourself. And if you do, the you that's stronger can give the you that's weaker some of their power. I am the stronger Anatol. I'm not Anatol on your side of the mirror, but I am very real.
Is this something Kithri could have ever heard of?
Actually, kinda, yeah. Planar duplication is weird and trippy. It typically only happens with a Fae or the Shadowfell. which is the like realm of shadows and the counterpoint to the Fae, you know? Because so many things work in cyclical duplication or counterpoints. Like the planar system is all counterpoints. You have the plane of fire, the plane of water, you know? Everything has an equal and opposite. So sometimes that happens down to the individual. It's rare and usually doesn't manifest as more than a fun fact, you know? Most people will never go their life knowing that if that happened to them. It's just sort of a thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's a thing that's to be studied in the way that, like, gravity could be studied. It's just sort of accepted as, this could happen, but, like, it probably won't, you know?
The tarp has not been removed from the mirror yet. We're just
That's
here in this
correct.
place still.
Yep.
Um. I could do a thing, but I really don't want to break your D&D game.
What you thinking?
That's terrifying.
I do have Dispel Magic.
Okay.
I can choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower, the target ends. For each spell of 4th or higher, the target must make an ability check using my spellcasting ability, which would be Wisdom.
Okay. Okay. You know what? This doesn't break my game at all. I love this.
Okay.
Roll,
I just wanted to check.
Yeah. Roll for it.
Cool. So I think Orion just, as this mental conversation is happening, just sneaks up behind Reuben. Okay, I have to make the ability check. Sorry, this wording was very strange.
No, you're good.
God, none of my dice are rolling well today. This is quite unfortunate. 12. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
Okay. So a 12 does not break it. However, when you cast the spell, there is the sound of like a whistle, a low whistle. It just goes, well, I guess I know when I'm not wanted. Tell you what. Let's make a deal. Nothing crazy. Just a little kindness, a truce. I'm going to leave you now. For a little bit. I'll be back, though. You'll have just enough time to go get the other me into a nice and safe little spot and go tell all your friends what's happening. And then, when I come back, we can play. That sound good?
It doesn't, actually.
I can tell you what games I want to play. I promise they're not bad games. I can't really touch you as long as the mirror's there.
I would like to know.
I want to play Never Have I Ever.
That's it?
It was like that. Truth or Dare, Never Have I Ever. Kid games. Like I said, I'm your friend. I want to get to know you.
That does not require any swords. That is better than I thought.
I have no intent to harm you, nor could I even if I did. So long as the mirror's intact, I can't do anything.
What happens if the mirror breaks?
Well, think about it this way. Currently, the mirror is like a door. I'm talking to you from behind it. You can hear me. You can even look through a peephole. But I'm not there physically. Shatter the glass, and you've opened the door. And then, well, I guess it's up to me to decide.
Okay, well now I'm half tempted to throw you off the ship entirely.
There's a pause. I'm going to go now.
Yeah, and stop messing with the kid while you're at it.
And you hear the sound of, like, feet shuffling and a little warbly, twisty noise from the mirror. And that presence is gone. I play this out of character. I'm so sorry, but this is so fun for me.
No, that's awesome. This is
Glad
sick
you're
as
having fun. I
hell.
can hear it from you.
Delightful.
You're so delighted.
I
Makes
kind
me
of,
happy, but like in a terrified way.
yeah. I give Anatol a little squeeze, just like, come on, kid. You look tired. You want to take a nap?
Mhm.
You can stay in my room. It's the most furnished.
Okay.
Anatol,
Yeah.
got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Two actually. One, does this connection hurt you in any way?
Hurt, no. He's just mean.
Okay, next question. Say we were to follow Casanova's suggestion on throwing the mirror off the ship. What would happen to you?
I don't know. When I woke up, well, not this woke up. The first time I woke up, this is a long story. Effectively, Anatol's trying to find the words and kind of like hits his head a little bit. When I joined you all, and I was at the port, and I came aboard the ship, I didn't really know anyone else. And it was me, and I had the mirror, and I came in, Captain let me in, and then he put the mirror away, put the tarp over it, told me it wouldn't bother me again.
Have you ever been apart from the mirror before?
I don't know. But it can't touch me or do anything like that. So if the mirror's far away, but not broken, I mean, I've been off the ship and in town when the mirror was still on the ship. I've been far away from it before. Hasn't done anything before.
Well, I don't like that it's been messing with your head. You've been off for a couple days now, and I think we know where you ran off to now. Should probably keep this place under lock and key if we can manage.
It's gonna want you to come back.
Well, yeah, I was planning on staying here until you got back.
I think it's good that someone watch it. Just
You
to be
sure that's a good idea, Rue?
I'm never sure if anything's a good idea, but someone has to, and honestly, I just kind of want to.
You
Alright.
are an enigma, my friend.
Where? And I think an enigma should watch an enigma.
That sound reasoning to me.
So be it. I'm
Yes.
gonna get the kid some hot chocolate. I walk off.
That'd be nice.
Yes, let's get you to a safe place. And I'll help. I'll also cast a protection from evil and good on the way out from
Yeah.
leaving the kid. It lasts for 10 minutes, but you know.
Yeah, you have
It's
slowed
a
its
comfort.
return. Yeah, you have slowed its return.
Mhm.
Crisscross on the ground, looking in general direction of thing that is gladly still covered IMO. But like,
Yeah. So, while you do that, I'm going to take the moment to pivot to the others. You all make your way up. You are holding Anatol. Sage, the moment you all leave the room, is like kind of flopped on Casanova's head as a ghost, which means, Cass, you don't feel anything, you know?
Yeah.
But you can tell that Sage is frazzled.
You know, kid, you can stay with him.
I think I want to. The thing's all creepy like a ghost, so kind of like claps their hands together. If it gets close, clap, clap.
Yeah. You're a
think
fighter,
Cinnabar
been
knows
taken
that.
after Cinnabar.
Why do you think I bonded with him?
Exactly. I know you'll be able to keep our little buddy safe.
They go from clapping to like punching their fists into each other.
Ooh. Big hitter.
They won't know what hit him.
Think you got a future in wrestling?
I'd be the best wrestler. They couldn't even grab anything.
Exactly. That's what I like to hear.
Anatol smiles at this. It's clear that just being around you guys has eased them quite a bit.
Aw.
You guys,
The
Yeah,
cat will also stay with them.
good.
Pet the cat. You
I
will feel
get
better.
I bring him to my bedroom.
Mhm.
Because it's normally what would be the captain's quarters of any other vessel. But because I
Yeah.
live here and have lived here before we had a captain.
Right. Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
fair.
But that means it's got a nice bed. It is full of trinkets from quite literally all over the world. It kind of, because Cass is a wanderer, it is like a shocking amount of junk and knickknack and tchotchkes.
Oh, good.
And a big soft bed that Anatol is promptly
Oh.
tucked into.
Instant nap time.
Aww.
And Sage just kind of like a cat just curls up on him.
Now you keep him safe. I'm gonna lock the door on the way out. I got the key. And I'll usually let people in here. So you know not to fucking take advantage of this, right, you little shit?
Nope, it's nothing.
Good on you, snot.
Oh.
Oh?
Oh, and Casanova
Yeah, kiddo?
checks that Anatol's truly asleep. If you want my advice, find the first place of land you can find and throw that thing overboard.
Oh yeah, this thing's ending up at the bottom of the ocean.
Excellent. And then, just like pleased with that answer, Sage like returns to being a cat.
No.
Sage.
Hmm?
Anything changes, please kid us.
Can do.
You get some rest too.
Hmm.
I know you're a ghost, but you know what I mean.
I was gonna say I'll sleep when I'm dead.
I will have my cat is also there as a emergency alarm. Can poof back to me if there's any trouble.
Excellent. Your cat gets kind of is on top of Anatol the exact same way Sage is, so it looks like it's a
Mhm.
pile of
Ooh,
cats.
kitty.
But they're just going through Sage, you know?
They're taking up the same space.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I give a thumbs up. That's the only thing I'm contributing.
Understandable.
Do you think we should tell the captain or others? Or I would say ask the wyvern to guard the door, but apparently Reuben is the only person who can speak dragon, so
I got an idea. Isabel,
Yes.
orders from a superior.
Yes.
Go inform everyone of what is going on the ship. Let them know that there is an invasive magical force, that it is currently contained, but things might get weird soon. Return promptly.
Here or to the room where the mirror is?
To the room where the mirror is.
Understood. I will do so.
Good on
She
you,
leaves.
soldier.
Enrichment.
Enrichment!
I felt like she would like that.
She does!
Oh,
She's like, oh shit, that's my job!
That's so funny. I love that.
I think we have to go chat with the captain.
All right, well, let Isabel get to him first. She'll feel bad if we do it.
Okay, but Anatol made mention that it sounds like the captain at least is aware of their connection.
That's
to there.
true.
I did
Just that
wonder
they
how
know
the
it
little...
exists.
I've always wondered how the little snot got onto the ship.
We can try to go find the captain before returning to Reuben.
I think the pit stop's warranted, but I don't want to be gone for too long.
Well, we'll make it
No.
fast.
By the way, I'm flying around the ship.
Knew it.
Like,
Uh,
literally.
Yeah. The litany of responses, by the way, Gwyn immediately locks in and, like, goes down to the lower decks to prepare, you know? Cinnabar thanks you, asks where Sage is, and upon knowing that everything's okay, just kind of, like, makes his way over. He's not going to go into Cass's room, but he's going to, like, hang out outside of it and just, like, be a line of defense for the kiddos. Hip seems apologetic when told. There's a little
Squint.
bit of... Because there's mention of, like, a weird magical event happened recently, and Kipshire was a weird magical event. And he's already kind of worried that he is what woke up the mirror. Unintentionally,
But
of course.
Yeah, that was my only question, is like, does he look guilty?
No, it's more the, like, unintended guilt. It's the, like, ooh, I might have done that. Oops, you know?
Okay, that doesn't alarm her.
Yeah, it's more just, like, weird magic. That was me. Uh-oh, you know? Yeah, there's a clear lack of, I did this on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Ori wants to know if Kithri's okay.
Yes.
And upon that confirmation, just kind of nods. Effectively puts herself on standby. If you need anything, let her know, you know?
Understood.
And the captain is also kind of begrudging, kind of, you know, clearly upset, but understands the status report. Good job, Isabel. Let me know if anything changes. Is clearly like, I am committing to doing all the other tasks so my crew can focus on this type thing, you know? So yeah. That is the results of your alarm system.
She go brrr.
Yeah. Phoebe. It's Phoebe.
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 Phoebe!
Wrong campaign. Phoebe.
Phoebe's not here.
I feel like Phoebe
Isabel.
would Phoebe
Phoebe
thrive
would
on the
love
sky
this.
ship, because, like, it is a ship, but it is in the sky, but also it is a ship.
Yeah.
I think she'd be chill. Like, at first she'd be weirded out, but she'd be fine with it.
Good fun lore. The crossover no one knew. So, Isabel, as you have finished giving your status report, you have successfully done your mission. That is when you see the others making their way to you. The other three.
She will fall back in line. Everyone's been informed.
Sorry, good work, soldier, and I salute.
She salutes back.
The captain gives a little smile at that and then just... So, the kid. Huh.
I always wondered how that little brat got onto my ship. He let it slip.
Yeah. Alright, I'll tell you what happened from my side. Y'all were, I don't know, stocking up, going to eat. I couldn't remember. You know. Just one of those routine nights. I was alone on the ship, and I hear someone coming aboard. That's not unusual. People come back at different times, and I go and look, and it's this kid who I've never seen before. But he looks so scared and sad and alone. And I felt something, you know? I asked him if he had anywhere to go. He said no. I asked him if he needed a place to go. He said yeah. But he just kind of kept holding on to that little wall mirror. Little. About as big as him. He was holding it like it was a 2x4. I asked him what was wrong with it. He said it was the only thing he woke up with. I asked him if he liked having it around. He said no. He said it was mean. So I took it below decks, put a tarp over it in front of him, told him that as long as it was down here, it'd be safe, no harm would come to it. I told him he had a spot with us. When y'all came back, I let you know, asked if it was okay, put it to a consensus. Done and done.
Well, kid's part of the ship now. Been here long enough for him to be a part of the crew, which means we need to keep him safe from whatever the hell's going on.
Agreed.
We're gonna have to go back and confront that thing. Not looking forward to it. Says it wants to play. So we'll play. And then the next chance we get, I'm personally sending that thing to the bottom of the ocean.
He thinks about it. I think we can make a slight change. We'll make that work. I don't know about the ocean, but how about this? I don't know what happens if that thing gets damaged. And being sent to the bottom of the ocean, the pressure will crack it. So, next patch of land I see, we'll drop it off and go. Back on the Skyway, be done.
If we can find a body of water, that'd be best. I can swim it down safely. Doesn't have to be deep, just has to be something I can bury it.
Well, to do that, we'll still need to find a place for the ship to dock, so...
Looks at Orion.
I can make that happen.
Orion, roll me with navigator's tools.
Oh, yippee. 2 on the die!
You
Go, Matt Boy,
are
go!
struggling.
I'm getting a new dice bag. These are not doing it.
This is another thing where you have time, so you can try
Ugh.
again if the first attempt does not succeed.
Yeah.
You are not in
I
a
think-
situation where there is like, oh, big stress must be done right now, so
No,
like, you can try again.
There's too much cloud cover to find a safe way down.
Yeah. So I think if you can't find an immediate way down, you can roll again, but maybe this time you're looking at like maps, you know?
Mm-hmm. Hold on, I'm getting new dice.
Yeah.
Back.
Welcome back.
Okay. Don't fail me.
Believe in you.
Much
Manifesting.
better! Much better. 19.
With a 19... Ooh, I can make that 19 really, really work. So, Orion, as far as you knew, there was clear and open skies pretty much until Civilization. Civilization is like the last place you want to drop this thing off, even in the sea.
Yeah, we need to go to the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah. And luckily, you notice kind of a thing your eyes have always glanced over. there is a place big enough for the ship to dock with pools shallow enough for Cass to like drop the thing in. You'll probably be able to dock there end of day, which is not that far off. You think that by the time, this is my way of saying by session's end you'll be there, you know?
Yes. No, I think we'll be able to find. There seems to be an island not terribly far. By nightfall, we should hopefully be reaching there.
Well
Captain
then.
nods and just goes, "Hmm?"
Oh, sorry.
No, the captain just nods and turns to Cass.
Well then, let's distract a mirror.
I have faith in you. And the captain kind of takes the new chart from Orion, and just kind of does like the ship. I assume the ship has a little like announcements, just a little PA, you know. Just like, we're gonna be taking a slight detour, folks. Routine stuff. So we'll be sleeping docked tonight, and in the morning we'll take off again.
You know what it
Alright,
is?
that's it.
Since this is kind of like, I always imagined it vaguely pirate shippy.
Yeah.
It's a fucking line of like can on strings
Yes.
that Cass has like weaved
Hilarious.
in between the inner workings of the boat.
Good.
Perfect. And I feel like there's like probably make
Oh
the
no.
system work, you know. So yeah, through that
Oh, no.
everyone kind of gets the news. Oh,
Why are we knowing?
Oh, everything cut out for a second.
Oh.
oh, weird. But yeah, yeah. So the captain gives that, and you notice that the captain is doing everything in his power to make it sound completely fine and normal, just like routine stuff. You know, we'll just be docking.
We all know
end
it's
of
not
night.
routine. Everyone's
Yeah.
been informed.
Everyone knows, but you all know why the captain's bluffing. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So just like,
Mirror
so be
could
ready
be
for it.
listening.
So be ready for a night on terra firma, and then just puts the thing away and just goes, "Y'all should get going."
Well, and I smirk. Who's ready to play some party games? I put a hand under. Okay, Bubbly, do you want evens or odds?
Evens.
That is a 1. I put a hand under Orion's chin. For playing party games, I sure do hope you play 7 Minutes in Heaven.
I don't. That is a child, so I don't think that's exactly on, the kid's mind. Hopefully, unless it's some weird demon thing that's just pretending to be a child. Let's go.
I was implying that we would be playing.
Yes, that's fair. The child just sort of implied that he would be like orchestrating everything, and that doesn't really seem like.
Princess, you're such
list.
a buzzkill.
Sorry.
Baby Belle would have fun with it, wouldn't you?
With 7 Minutes in Heaven?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've played that one before.
Kiki, I'm not even gonna try asking you.
Have I played? Yes. With you? Never.
Exactly. I walk downstairs.
I hope you play Monopoly.
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry. There's no fucking reason. It's just so loud about it that I had to say it out loud.
I had to lean back in my chair and laugh.
That's
every
really
time.
good.
I think that defies that's right within the DM rule of you give the player inspiration if they break you. So
Yeah.
there you go.
I'm so glad.
Oh, love that.
Oh, what a good moment to break the tension. So you all are making your way down. Reuben,
Hello.
nothing has happened. the thing was good on its word. It has stayed away for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing anything in this time, or are you just sitting crisscross?
It's crisscross, occasional knocking of head, and humming.
Cool.
Excuse me.
You're good. So with that in mind, then, the next thing you hear is someone shuffling down and standing by the door, and you hear Gwyn just go, "Is anyone in there currently?"
Me?
"Hello, Reuben. I'm taking to fortifying below decks. Should your strange mirror opponent try to do something finicky, we will be ready."
That's good to know.
There's a huffed nod of like, "Yes, good," and silence. Then another pause, and then I saw Gwyn. "Reuben, you're in there?" It's Kip from through the door.
Me just said hi, Grandpa.
Oh, he would actually be very pleased by that. Well, just letting you know that I'm rooting for you and all your friends, and if you need anything to let me know. I'm going to be hanging down here with Gwyn until then.
Hey, thank you for your support.
Nods. And finally, the party. You all make your way down, open the door, and Reuben is there, and just nothing has changed about the room.
Hey, Ruru.
Hello, Cassie.
How's it going? Spooky?
Nothing has changed, so it's about as spooky as it was before you left.
Baseline
That's fair.
spook.
Baseline spook.
Amazing. Is anyone gonna do anything before this creature returns?
I ruffle Reuben's hair.
Oh,
It is slightly leaned into.
No.
Aw. I just want to note that I do have my sword with me.
understood. Anyone have anything else?
I don't really have, modifying spells. No, I thought I could be more useful than I am. I will just sit here.
It's like I also have protection from good and evil, but it only lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not useful for right now. It'll be
Not
useful later, but not right now.
Useful probably later, but not right now.
And with that,
Yeah, I'm not thinking I got anything.
I'm a
trying to
monk.
think of stuff.
You think I do things?
yeah.
All the things I do, not right now.
So, with that, you all make your way to like sort of whatever space in the room you are taking up, and Orion, you feel the protection removal in good fade as the 10 minutes pass. And new music time.
Oh, wow.
in that
Wonderful.
moment-
Impeccable.
As in that moment, you hear the sound that you all heard when something left, just slightly different, and footsteps coming closer, until finally that same sort of connection is remade, and you all hear, "Hello, everyone. I'm so happy you decided to play."
Hello.
I have always been a fan of games.
"I have too. Unlike the other me, The other me's so dour. So rude. I like to be more fun than that.
Seems that your presence isn't exactly helping our Anatol's day to day.
Oh, it's unfortunate. However, I decided that it would only be fair if this little game was something that we all could benefit from. I have had so long before I've been back to being able to look through this mirror. So, I thought we could talk, play some games, and... Oh wow, I did not expect the loop to do that.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, we're ramping up, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know that the loop would loop into this bit. Okay, cool. Alright, song track. I thought I wanted the creepy quiet bit. Okay.
I mean, you were building into a thing, so I just kind of
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, be perfectly planned.
No. Point is, here's what I had thinking we do. I thought we could play a couple different games, like only a round of each. Things like Never Have I Ever, Truth or Dare, things like that. Where I get to ask you all questions and learn about you, and you can all ask me questions and learn about me. That's what friends do, right?
Bonding.
Bonding. Somehow them saying bonding after you had made the word bonding just get like world's worse. They go, so, does anyone have a preference of a game to play? If we don't, I would want to start with a fun one. I've been thinking about it. I've been spending the whole time wondering what we should do first.
What do you suggest?
Well, there's not 20 of us here, but we could play. How many of them are you? 1, 2, 4, 5. I guess we could play like 6 questions instead of 20.
That seems simple. She
All
looks
right.
like, hey guys, how do you feel about that?
I sit down cross-legged on the ground. Bring it on.
Excellent. I will be asking a question, and I think whoever wants to answer can answer, or I will call someone out if no one wants to. Then after I ask a question, one of you can ask me something, and we'll go until I've asked everyone a question. Sound fun?
And what if someone doesn't answer truthfully?
Oh, don't worry. I'll know. And you all feel a spell cast in the room.
Bruh.
And does that apply to you as well?
Very rude if it didn't. And a second spell is cast from the other side of the mirror.
Just making sure.
I'd be a very poor host if I didn't. Do you guys want to roll to guess what the spell is, or do you think you know?
Maybe
It's Zone of Truth.
That's
Yeah.
so truth.
Yeah, no.
I'm willing to play in the space. I'm willing to be truthed.
Yeah, you have to live your truth.
The one thing about Zone of Truth, for those who do not know, you cannot lie, but you can omit.
Mhm.
So you can be as vague with your wording as possible. You can finagle the truth. You just cannot outright lie. And anyone who would like to try and break the spell on their turn can do so, if they do not want to play in the space of a truth zone. You know.
Understood.
So they're going to go first. They just kind of turn. Since you've been waiting so patiently, they can't point, but you can kind of all tell that they mean Reuben, you know?
Hello.
Hey, you were the one who wanted to play first, so I figure I could ask you the first question. Seems fair.
Right. Mhm.
It's a warm-up question. So, starting simple, say one nice thing about someone else in the room.
I think Casanova's very passionate.
Aw,
It's a good one.
that's sweet.
It's a good answer. Now, you get to ask me something.
Opinion of Anatol overall. I mean, both of you. Since you're both
Oh.
Anatol.
Right. So, I do think I'm the better one, but that's, I'm sure the other Anatol thinks the same thing. It'd be bad if they didn't. But that's the thing. I don't know. They're so glum, so dour all the time. I've been here trying to get them to liven up, embrace us a little bit more, have a little more fun.
That's
And
how
all
you
the
think of
time.
other Anatol. I said that's a lot about the other Anatol. What do you think about you?
Well, I think I can be fun when I want to be. Obviously, being from a different plane, my rules are a little different than all of yours, but I'd like to think that I play by them fairly. I reached out to my other Anatol because I thought that the fact that we were the same, or similar, was so deeply interesting. I'm pretty good at magic, in case you couldn't tell.
You are.
Good starting round. Good opening round. Who wants to go next?
Bring it on.
Okay. Question 2. Will you miss these people when you've parted your ways?
He genuinely has to think about it. Tilt his head back and forth. Yeah. Most of them, at least.
Good answer. Your turn to ask me something.
Is Anatol gonna be stuck with you forever?
I don't know.
Anatol.
I don't know. I could get bored of him, decide not to pay any visits anymore. I've already shared a bit of my power. What he does with it is his choice. Me being so active is sort of a choice. If anything ever happened to the mirror, though, if it ever broke, specifically broke, I could meet face to face. And I think that'd be terribly exciting. Is that a sufficient answer to your question?
Good enough as I think I'm gonna get for now.
Yippee! Who wants to go next?
All right, little buddy.
Sure.
Oh, 2 eager parties. You two should decide amongst yourselves.
I don't really mind. You can go first if you'd like.
All right. Thank you, Orion. What do you have for me, mirror?
Well, what made you be willing to join this kind of crew? You know, the mission you have, the fact that there was a very real chance none of you could have come back. What swayed you?
Well, it is the most important event of our time. Really makes sense to want to go, try and be a help, try and do one's part.
Suppose. Was that what motivated you specifically? To help?
Of course.
Good answer. Your turn.
were you to get out of that mirror, what would you do?
Ooh, assuming you mean right now for the sake of the question. Well, I no longer have a reason to bother with you all. I'd probably walk right past you. I'd go straight to my other self. And then we could talk. Do you know what it's like? Knowing someone for so long, knowing every intricate detail about them, but never being able to wave hi in their face. Being so limited in what you can do. I'd finally let Anatol decide if they want to be, well, I guess the proper word is a team, or go our separate ways.
Interesting.
Now, the person who also said that they were interested.
Yes, that would be me.
Question for you. Are you happy to be going home?
No. Not really. Not right now, anyway.
You could tell that they're like biting to further push, and then just go, that's another question. I can't do that. It's not how the game works. Good answer. Enticing answer. Your turn.
You say that you are Anatol, but we have yet to uncover the curtain. What do you really look like?
Anatol.
How-
Well, a little different. The signatures of my home, but our base is very much the same. Nothing bad will happen if you pull down the tarp, by the way. I had been wondering if you would all curious about that. You'd only just see me, much in the way that you would only be able to see someone through a window. I couldn't do anything with that information other than just see your faces.
I see.
And they just kind of go, and I truth zoned myself, so you know I'm not lying.
Now I want to check. I'm sorry. Anatol very clearly said I'm not moving that thing, and I was just like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's warranted to make sure.
No, that's fair. No, that's fair. Yeah. You got it on Zone of Truth confirm, you know?
Okay.
So, Reuben, are you gonna pull it off the tarp?
No. Wait.
No?
Actually, wait. Hold on. Let me think about this for a second.
Do you want me to ask my question first?
Yes.
That's also
That might be
fair.
a good
Okay.
idea.
Yeah, okay.
Please.
I know
Okay.
what I'm gonna ask, so
So then I have to ask you first. Okay.
yes.
Good question. Now you. Last person.
Yes.
What are you afraid of?
There is a long pause. She's very still, like an uncomfortable still. That this whole trip was for nothing. That I'm going to go back and none of it matters.
That would be very sad. Your turn.
Oh, yes. You say you're from another plane.
Mm-hmm.
What plane is it?
The plane of shadows.
I see.
And we've gone through a round! there's the sound of like excited clapping. See, wasn't that fun? And no one got hurt?
No.
That's true.
Now, since we are in a new round, you all can do whatever you'd like. Shift positions, get something to drink, whatever you need. Whenever one of you is ready, whenever we're ready to start the new round, just let me know.
Wonder what time it is. There's no real way we can tell.
No.
Is there a reason?
I can run upstairs and check
Because
if we're worried about it.
You certainly can bring in a timepiece or anything like that. I don't particularly mind.
it's just a curiosity. AKA Casanova wants to know how fucking long do we have to stall for?
Yeah.
Yes. I forgot about that.
About that.
Me. Yes, at the end of session, we'll be there. Casanova. So how long in universe is it gonna take, Isabel? About... stream says we've been going for 2 hours so far.
Yeah.
I love you, Isabel.
We said by nightfall, so like
Yeah. I think-
multiple hours.
You want to play Monopoly?
Yeah. I suppose we could do some other games in a little bit, but I really like this game right now.
Listen in character.
No,
Although
I-
that
I-
would certainly kill a lot of hours.
Yeah. I need you to know that I like had to stop myself because that was just gut instinct was just to respond like that.
Actually, Sleepysheepy, Casanova does have to go take a leak.
Okay.
He's gonna
Take
go-
a little
The gang
moment to
takes
take
a
a
piss
teeny- a
He-
teeny-
Yeah.
yeah.
He's gonna go piss off the side of the boat.
Good for him.
Good
This
for
is
him.
not a rare occurrence.
It
I
is
imagine.
not.
I'm just imagining, like, oh, let me know as soon as you're all done and ready for a new game. Casanova. Alright, I'm gonna go piss. Directed by Richard Wyatt.
Are we on an official break?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna change the music then.
Yeah, we'll take 5. We'll take 5.
Okay.
I'm gonna get more water.
I
I
drink.
was about to be like, Beep 17, I have questions for the thing. But like,
We can wait for the.
Oh.
We can.
exactly, we can take break. I'm just like, I need you need to get a rest from being sinister for like 2 hours.
I've been having so much fun.
No, I can
I'm so
tell.
glad for you. Yeah.
How do you feel in chat?
Do you like the
Yeah,
Pumpkin
Chaz.
Hill?
Pumpkin
Oh,
Hill's good.
Pumpkin
Go
Hill.
piss.
Go piss, because then we can ask more questions.
Go piss, babe.
Man.
I hope like the setup of the session so far.
It is very fun.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty fun.
Like, I was expecting, like, oh, all of this build-up for spooky questions, and then the very first question was just, like, the most normal, boring shit, and it's just like, oh.
Yeah, I mean they said that they would start slow.
That's fair. I was
Yeah,
not
they're like,
expecting
Please
normal.
compliment the person on your left,
Yeah.
followed by, so why did you go on this mission where you were totally gonna die?
Yeah. Don't forget the last question of the round was, "What are you afraid of?"
yeah,
yeah.
it ramped.
To be fair,
Yeah.
And Isabel was like,
I was anticipating what are you afraid of to be like maybe 2 or 3 on level of question.
Yeah.
Just the vibes I was getting.
You do have to remember this is still a kid.
like, I was-
this is a demon.
Yeah.
It's like I was sitting there like, I was just, I expected like a simple question at the same, like I was in like my brain was going in two directions, as in like, okay, either this is going to be the opposite of a simple question, or it's genuinely going to be a very simple question. And then when I got a very simple question, I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Reuben, like, I can do that.
I can do that. You're asking me to give someone a compliment? I do that by accident all the time.
It's funny.
I'm quite fond
A
of the
good
people on
grade.
this boat.
Got a good grade
Also-
in answering.
Also,
Yeah.
B, I can't. I didn't think two of the weird, like, because there's another one. I didn't think two of the weird languages on my sheet would come up at all.
No, it's
really.
so funny.
God. I love
Fucking
that. I love that you
hilarious.
speak dog and alien. Why? Why? This makes 0 sense, but I love it.
It's especially funny because you can picture, like, during the big dragon fight, it's like Reuben
Yeah.
can understand the threats they're saying, but no, it's also dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I didn't pick them at random, but
No, yeah.
I picked them on purpose.
It's
I just never
wild,
thought it would
though.
actually come up because languages
No,
rarely come
it's-
up when I play.
It's
Mhm.
so funny.
Like, I think the only other time languages did come up when I played, he doesn't have, well, they don't have this time, but I did, the one shot I made Reuben for, no, the second one shot I played Reuben in, our GM made the entire thing surrounding the idea that none of us knew how to speak Infernal, and then I was like, oh no. I was like,
Oops.
and the GM was like, is that on your sheet? I'm like, it was on my sheet before I got here? What do you mean you speak Infernal? I'm like, it was on the sheet before I got here. Like, I will
Fine.
play in the space. You can just say whatever as to why I can't read this. I don't want to break your one shot, but like,
Mhm, mhm.
That's so funny.
It's a strange dialect you don't understand.
he ended up going with, it's such old language that it's
Mhm,
like us
mhm.
trying to speak like ye
Old English, yeah.
Yeah. It's like you kind of get it, but at the end of the day, yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, that's funny. Oh gosh, I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? That was related, but also like completely not related. Oh my god, my brain is shut off. Oh no.
Beaming energy into your brain.
Thought, come back to me, please.
Beam attack.
Which thought was it in relation to, if that'll help you backtrack?
I don't know. It was before you started talking about languages. It was like another question or compliment or just something
God damn it, I'm
To-
so sorry.
to talk about, and then it is gone now. So who knows? Who knows what that
I heard the
was?
beginning of it. Let me try to remember if because I think you
No,
started.
you're okay. You're okay.
I have returned
Oh my god.
Oh, the map.
Hello.
the Rosetta Reuben. Sorry, chat said who needs the Rosetta Stone when you have a Reuben? And so I went Rosetta Reuben.
So true.
Uh,
I also have a Weird Al horse.
yippee.
What?
A cheese sandwich.
Oh.
I'm funny.
Oh, it took a second to click.
Yeah, there you go.
He's my favorite horse.
Oh.
Pinky's my second favorite horse, which that makes complete sense, given that my first favorite horse. My third is Shining Armor, though. So that's
That's
just
fair.
that's
You're telling
A
me the
wild
creators
top
of
three.
Tiny Gent's the third favorite horse is Shining Armor?
That's crazy. Never would have
wild,
predicted
right? No one in the chat knows what you're talking about.
that.
It's okay, I know what you're talking about.
I need to know: is Shining Armor in Tiny Gents?
You
Because
have
if
to
not,
be-
he should be.
as of the current, this is the genuine thing I've had to think about. Because of the current makeup of the school, they can't accommodate quadrupeds.
Fair.
Yeah, this is the
Unfortunate.
thing that they're working on, but they currently cannot accommodate quadrupeds. That's also why Simba's not there.
Nod.
I see,
They want to, but they can't right now. Yeah.
I understand.
Join the Discord. Maybe we'll rant at you.
Yeah.
Me exploding with Eldritch Disney knowledge.
Listen, it feels rude to say join my Discord so you can harass Brodingles for Tiny Gen's knowledge, but like also
You could do that.
But also, you could do that.
I would, in fact, give it to you.
Let me be a good mod and grab the Discord link.
Yippee.
Anyway, D&D.
Yeah, I have a funny thing to say real quick. So, shout out to every time I've ever said, oh, my favorite D&D sessions are the ones that devolve into party games.
I haven't been thinking about that this entire session.
Yeah.
I know what you are.
It's so funny.
But yeah, I'm ready to return to the story if you all are.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you all are playing the game again. We're back to playing the game. Question for you before we begin. Are you removing the tarp?
Damn it, I forgot that was a thing I was supposed to be thinking about while we were on break. I was like, there's something I'm supposed to be. Yeah, continue.
I like the tarp. It makes me feel safe.
That's fair.
All I'm gonna say is
you were
put
right.
fingies together is maybe someone made a token for this session.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
In which case, then fuck the tarp.
I was going to genuinely say anyone who wants to can peek and have that be the reason that we could put the token up.
I was going to say
the
that I
tarp.
can peek. I was considering peeking. Isabel would never remove it unless she was told to.
Yeah. Isabel, you want to peek? You want to be the reason that we could set this off?
I'll do the peek. I'll take one for
Okay.
the team and do the peek.
I'm gonna send the token.
Fun.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's a demon. That's not a child.
Gosh.
Be a demon child. You can't just
That's-
assume because
Once it's posted for the chat, I can spoiler it if folks would prefer.
No, it's fine. But just like
I think
that's not my baby.
I think it's a situation of we expected, but like but then you see and you're like, huh.
Yeah.
I went a little crazy.
I asked the plainer question for a reason, and then Isabel was like, "Oh, interesting. What do you mean aberration from the plane of shadow?" Peeks in the curtain.
That makes sense.
It's
I-
Anatol.
It's,
Are you alive?
I mean, is that the question?
No. Reuben is asking Isabel if she's alive.
Oh, yeah.
I'm alive.
Reuben also looks behind the turn.
You see the token.
The thing. Ah, hello. Puts it back.
Hello.
Oh, sorry. Were you saying something?
No, just hello.
Okay. Are you happy?
Isabella's no
Are we
longer
playing the
looking.
game before I ask you this question? I don't want to lose my question.
No, you're fine. I asked first for this reason.
Yeah, it's just, I
But
hope you're
no,
having... Yeah.
I am having fun. It's a good time.
It's a good time.
I like learning things. And you're all very fun to learn from.
Why is Reuben speaking in tongues?
Oh,
Isabel
I thought it was
looks-
just speaking goddamn common, but if we want to have this
No.
being in tongues...
No, this has been telepathic the whole time in my brain.
But
Okay.
I think it's really funny to imagine Reuben peeking open the curtain and then speaking eldritch horror into the mirror for 2 seconds.
Yeah, I feel like, you know what? I feel like Ruben's kind of like, I do kind of want this to be a little private. I did think about that, honestly.
That's
Like,
so
I do
funny.
want this particular amount of probing. I think Ruben does want it to be a little private, so it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Okay, that's what happened. Oh, that's amazing.
As Isabel, for the record, is no longer peeking, she looked and immediately put the curtain back. Like as I'm picturing, like as she flung it back, Reuben popped up on the other side and was like, "Oh, what's up?" Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Now the
and
funniest
so,
option is that they do continue talking. So please go
and
on.
as Reuben's doing this, Isabel's very quiet. She just goes and sits back down, and her eyes are a little bit wide. And she just looks at the others and just kind of shakes her head a little bit.
Is this normal? I don't think it's normal.
It's fine. Don't
Is
look.
it? Okay,
It's fine.
I won't.
Baby Belle, it can't be fine, and then you immediately tell us not to look.
It's not important. It's there. It's not a mind flayer.
Baby Belle, you can admit when things aren't okay.
It technically is Anatol.
I don't like the use of technically.
You can tell that it's similar to Anatol.
Baby Belle, do you need a hug?
With more. It has more shadows, and big horns, and smiley. She is leaning a little bit in towards Casanova.
I give her a hug.
No.
She does an awkward pat.
Well, time to start the new round. Since we started with you last time, friend, how about we start with you again?
Okay.
Same order. That makes things fair. Okay. Your question. Have you ever had the feeling that someone is watching you? Even when you know it's not true.
That last part made it a little bit more complicated. First half is yes. The second half is sometimes.
Makes sense. Your question.
I'm going to stress the important part of the question.
Okay.
Do you want to hurt anybody on the ship? Any
do
type
not-
of hurt.
I do not want to hurt anyone.
Okay. I only get one question, man.
Yeah. It's like I just wanted to let that moment hang. Next up. I don't actually know. Well, wait, I would know your name. Casanova, right?
Yep.
Yay. Okay. Question. Would you rather see... if you have to see a ghost for the rest of your life, would you rather it be a complete stranger or someone you know?
Stranger.
Nod. You wouldn't see it, but there's a little nod. Your question.
How fragile is the mirror?
Regular mirror. I'm only able to really connect to you all because of the scrying spell.
I make a face.
Next up is Kithri.
Indeed.
Kithri, if someone you love did something very, very bad, would you protect them, or would you make them face justice?
I would do what I can to keep them safe, but they do need to face the consequences of their actions they took.
Fair enough. Your turn.
I think it's something real good. Man, sorry. I had something and it poofed. I should have written it down.
Yeah.
So you were able to give Anatol, our Anatol, some magic.
Mm-hmm.
What do you get from them?
Connection. By giving Anatol that power, I was able to know where that power went. To follow. Through the mirror. You see. By making them my warlock, I made sure that I wouldn't lose them.
I see.
Next up is Orion.
Yes.
My question for you. Why don't you want to go home?
It feels too much right now, I suppose. I am, I suppose, simultaneously too wanted and not wanted enough.
That sounds hard.
It's better to, I guess, avoid it for now, anyway.
Well, that was a big question. So, you can ask me anything.
I have two. Where, or not where. No, I suppose where. Where are Anatol's memories? Do you have them?
I don't have them. I don't entirely know where they are. I think if they were to pull at their mind and use some magic, I think they'd be able to remember most things. Some of that loss isn't necessarily tied to me or magic, though. You understand.
Yes.
That is the honest truth. Well, Isabel,
Yes.
what would you like people to say if you heard that someone was saying something about you? What would you want to hear?
That I'm a hero.
A hard thing to be.
That came out very quickly. I apologize.
No. Passionate answer is a good answer. It's your turn.
Are you lonely?
In many ways, yes. There are others in my world, in my plane, people who I would deem to call my friends, others like me. But there is a loneliness in knowing there is someone just like you, just out of reach. So perhaps not the usual loneliness.
I see.
I think I'm going to ask Reuben a question, and then we'll kind of spin the game around. Same idea, but I'll stick it to the would you rather format, if that's okay with everyone.
Sure.
All right.
That's doable.
I have no problem with that.
Reuben, final question of the old style.
Mhm.
Are you a good person?
Oh,
Interesting. Your question to me?
okay. Are you a good person?
No.
Hmm.
I figured I would be as honest as you were. Well, you all don't have to phrase your questions as would you rathers unless you want to, because I know that's kind of tricky. But, Casanova,
Hmm?
would you rather have every mirror you look into show your future or your past?
Hmm. See, part of me feels like it doesn't matter.
Interesting.
I'd say the future, to answer the question. I'll be dead and alone, that I'm sure of.
It's a mystic view. But honest. Your turn.
Hmm. Where's Anatol from? Our Anatol.
Suppose I could tell you that. He's from a nearby kingdom to yours. It's another hodgepodge kingdom, one that allows many different species. His parents were sailors, much like you. Nothing to the level that they were going to, just, people who travel. Accidents happen aboard ships.
Really want to share that in that moment, Cass said, I'm all he has then. Mentally at least.
Mm.
I'm including myself in the boat. And I'm gonna have a lot of feelings about that later. I didn't know I had a son. I didn't know I had a son until this session. And now I have a son. And now
You have two sons. You also have basement son.
I do have basement son. I have two beautiful baby boys.
A father.
Yeah.
Casanova, who has never a day in his life wanted kids. Two son.
Kithri, you're up.
Okay.
Let's try to think of some of my favorites. Would you rather have the power to bring back one person from the dead at the cost of someone else, or live forever, knowing that everyone you know and love will not?
I would rather live forever because I do not wish to hold other people's lives against each other.
See. Well, it's your turn.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Where does your power draw from?
Ooh, fun. Well, the honest answer is Plane of Shadow. I call on it when I use my magic, and Anatol calls on my magic. It's a little different as a result, but if you were to have me in physical space and had me going around casting spells, they'd all be shadowy, spooky, and dark. Reflections of the plane.
Yes, that does make sense.
Orion. You had to ask you had a really mean question last time, so I'll ask you one that's a little more loose.
All right.
So, for the sake of this question, you are being haunted by a ghost. Would you rather be able to speak or touch?
Speak, I think. I imagine it's more lonely if you cannot have a good conversation with someone.
See. Well, your turn.
You have said before that you don't want to hurt anyone. But if you were to be let out of the mirror, what is the worst harm that you could cause?
The worst harm I could cause. In theory, well, I'm a very powerful mage. Powerful enough that I could splinter my magic to give to the other Anatol. I think if I was put in a position where I had to use force, well, you'd all be in a very entrapped little space with someone who has very powerful magic. I don't know how well that would go for everyone, but I can't necessarily know. I haven't seen all of you in battle, therefore I can't assess properly.
Right.
Isabel.
Mm-hmm.
You found a secret room. Would you rather find a door in the secret room that locks from the inside, or an open room where everything inside of it is locked from the inside?
That's complicated. Can you repeat that one more time? I want to make sure I answer correctly.
Yes. So there's a secret room in your house for the sake of this question.
All
Or would you
right.
rather that the room itself is locked from the inside and you can never go in, or that the room is unlocked, but anything inside the room is locked in boxes that you couldn't open?
I suppose I'd rather have boxes inside the room because I feel it would be more concerning if I didn't know anything about the room.
Fair enough answer. Your turn.
Did you seek out Anatol, or did you find each other by lucky accident?
Oh, I sought Anatol out.
I see.
Well, everyone, I think we've had some edifying questions, don't you?
I believe so.
Indeed.
I think, though, that there's only so much fun you can have behind a mirror, so I think it's time we wrap this up. I'll ask all of you one question that you all can answer, and then you can ask me one last question. Okay?
All right.
My final question. Would you break the mirror if I asked you to?
No.
No.
Pointing. Your final question.
Does anyone have a question they particularly want to ask?
I did have one I wanted to ask. I don't know if this is the appropriate time, if no one else has any sort of question. Because honestly, I almost went like, hey, dude, do you want to do like a quick extra thing where you ask me one more thing so I can ask you one more thing that I'm really...
No, I don't have anything, so you
Go
you
for it,
can take
Ruru.
Yeah.
The job of this was specifically if anyone had any lingering things, yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
And no one else has any other question?
No,
I'm
go
good.
for it.
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm going to preface with, please understand this is not a bit. It is 100% a legit question that Reuben has been ruminating on
Yep.
for a while. Do you think that the ideas of good and evil are fixed, and that you are as you are from creation?
That's an interesting question. If we had had more time, I feel like we could have gotten deep like that. But, since you're curious, I don't think we're fixed into position. But I do think we are started with a lead. We are put in a position, and if we did nothing to change that position, and we let things ride out, there would be a spot on the board that we were at. We have the power to move ourselves, change a little bit. But that's a choice. That's my answer.
In some level of, and I don't know how aware this being is of movement.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting enough, instead of a nod, which is Reuben has been doing this entire time, it is almost as if in respect for being thorough, it's a curtsy almost.
Well, everyone, I think this has been a good time. If you'd ever like to play again, you can always come visit me.
Oh, certainly. And as I say that, I get up. I gently place the mirror down on its flat side as I start to make sure that the tarp is tied tight around it so that it cannot be undone.
Yep.
Just whistling like doo 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 doo.
Yep. Yeah. There's no debate against this. I remind you, they straight up said that they are connecting to you all through a scrying spell. They have no awareness of the mirror.
Exactly. And I am tightly tying it. So what time is it, you think, by now?
Let's. I was gonna head up to check to make sure we are on course.
Good. I'm feeling like a night swim. As I say, stretching.
In that, you hear the sound of like the footsteps walking away and the mirror closing, you know, as the scry spell ends. The last thing you hear though is just until next time.
The kid'll thank us for this later.
I hope so.
That was odd.
That was odd.
By the way, the zones of
What
truth and everything, every spell in the room, gone.
Yeah. Cass just kind of stretches out, just like, I think whatever that is has a lot more intentions than I think even Anatol could understand at his age. And the consequences are something that, if they're gonna find him, they need to find him when he's older.
It's playing games, I think, under the guise of boredom, but I think something like that has infinite patience to wait to get what it's really after, whatever it is.
I am currently walking the mirror upstairs, just like, do 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 do.
Yep.
Yes, I will run up to the captain and help final navigation if we're getting close.
Yeah. You go do that. As you do, Kithri, as you leave the room, Ori has been waiting outside and just kind of checks in on you.
Hey.
Are you okay? Did it do anything?
No. Asked us a bunch of probing questions. Really trying to get a grasp on our deep parts. It's a real weird version of Anatol, they said. From the plane of shadows.
I see.
Casanova has come up with an idea that hopefully will ease things for the Anatol on our side of it.
That's good. That's good.
Thanks for checking in.
Of course, if you need anything, let me know.
Will do. Well, gonna go catch up and see how this all goes.
Right. And you all make your way above deck, where the captain points in the direction of where this is going to be, and looks at the time. Oh, cool. We've just about enough. Is anyone going to say anything to the captain or anyone about what happened in there, or is it like, no, it was just weird?
I think we wait until the mirror is gone to talk about it, just in case it's listening.
Okay.
Cass is shockingly locked in. This whole day he's been, like, it is almost out of character how serious he has been. And it is kind of not past, though I do think now he's got a little satisfied smirk on his face. But that does not change the pure focus as he stares at the little island coming into view.
You all see this little island, and gonna find something. So, this new little island that is a little off the beaten path from everything you've seen before, you know? It's small. It's got grassland, pools you would like to see, like the kind of pools that Casanova was hoping to see. It seems like kind of a field area, you know? There is, however, an artificially built dock for ships, which is where you guys are going to land and get rid of the mirror, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. It's peaceful. There's, besides the sounds of crickets, maybe some birds overhead, like seeds, you know? There really isn't anything that you guys hear, you know?
Baby Bell, I got another mission for you.
Yes.
And I hand you the key to my room. I'm gonna go do this. I want the kid to see the lake after. I got a couple promises I feel like I'm gonna have to make. Even though I fucking hate promises.
You would like me to bring Anatol here?
Yeah. Take your time. I need to make sure this thing's at the bottom before we talk.
I can do that.
Thank you.
She won't leave to go do it until Cass is already down there starting to futz around, and then she'll start to walk over.
Alright. You all make your way off the ship onto the land below. It's probably the first time you guys have been on dry land in a while, since you left Dead End, really. And sure enough, about 20 feet away from where you guys dock is one of those little pools.
I take off my belt. It's about the only
Yeah.
heavy thing. It's about the only heavy article of clothing I got on me. Everything else is very
Yeah.
floppy flowy. I kick off my shoes.
Mhm.
Gotta say, I can't remember the last time I've gone swimming. Shocking, right?
It is ironic, yes.
I've been on this boat a lot longer than the rest of you have.
That makes sense. You are the owner.
Let's see if I still know how to do this. And I dip in.
You get in the water. And there's a little bit of effort at first, getting your sea legs back, but within time, you quickly fall back into the natural rhythm and cadence.
I go down to the bottom, sort of very gently move some of the dirt, the mud out of the way, essentially digging a very shallow hole.
Mm-hmm.
That I then gently lie the mirror into and cover it up.
Nothing happens.
I think he takes a moment
During
under the water. He kind of forgot how natural it felt. It's weird.
This is probably around the time when Isabel starts heading over to pick up Anatol.
Yeah. Anatol and and Sage. I don't know how that name faded from my brain. Anatol and Sage make their way with you, Isabel, and they arrive as Casanova gets out of the water.
Hey, kid.
Yeah?
We had to do something. We think it's for your own good. And I kneel down to be on his level. You see that lake?
Mm-hmm.
The mirror's down there now.
Huh. Okay.
It's safe. It's out of the way. I'm gonna make sure Orion marks where this spot is. So if you ever need it again, we can find it. But I
A
don't
little nod.
think you should be messing with that till you're old enough to understand the consequences of the things it wants you to do.
Yeah. Thank you, Casanova. Thank all of you.
And kind of like shake out my hair a bit. Don't read too much into it. It was the rest of their idea.
Got it.
I'm just
They
the one who
kinda
can
stretch
breathe
out.
underwater.
Yeah. And then Anatol kind of looks around and goes, "You don't have to go straight back inside, right? Like, we can look around?"
Sure. See why not?
And Anatol doesn't plod far before you hear his voice go, "Guys, come over here."
Hmm?
What did you find?
You all make your way over, and you see a part where the forest starts clearing, and you see path. Artificially made path.
Hmm. Weird.
And Anatol starts kind of plodding along, just like curious, you know? And you also notice that this path is kind of lit. On the floor, there are like half reactivating light spells.
And we're
Orion?
sure that this island was abandoned, right?
I was about to ask you that.
Right?
There's a pause, and the captain goes, "As far as I knew, I guess we should check it out, though."
Baby Bell, take
Yes.
point.
I have my sword.
I'll be
You
in the
do-
rear.
Hmm?
I said I'll be in the rear.
You all make your way, and you don't get far before you see more path leading onward to a hill. It would probably be a bit more travel than you guys could manage tonight to get to the end of the hill, but on the top is a little building. And as you take one more step forward, Sleepy, I'd like you. I have a song for you.
Boy.
You hear a speaker system from somewhere in the forest just kick on,
Huh?
But
and a voice from what probably is a magic mouth just go, "Welcome, valued members of the Tempest Project." And that's where we'll call session.
Hmm?
What?
Excuse me?
Huh?
Bodes.
I love when the campaign takes a direction I was not expecting.
This is a turn.
I was like, okay, bodes.
Fascinating.
Trees tour.
That was a good session, though.
Yeah. Oh. I've been holding on to that session end for like months.
All right, we got a post show about it.
We got a post
Yeah.
it, so
Had a post show.
with all of that said, everyone, to get into the post show as quickly as possible, we hope you had a wonderful time. You get to ask us all questions if you are here with us live during the post show. And for those who are watching on the VODs, you're the best. Thank you. And don't forget to drink water and take care of yourself, because you're worth it. Bye!
Bye-bye!
Bye.